Oh, sorry about that, guys. Hey, guys, and welcome on into another episode of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. I'm Terry, ready to break down today's slate. Lots of games on today's slate. Four games in the NHL, I believe 15 in baseball. Um, not including any potential rainouts that may happen. Uh, there's some rain in the schedule or in the forecast, so we'll see what happens with baseball. But we'll start the show as we usually do, and that is taking a look at what happened yesterday in the NHL. Tampa Bay and Toronto. Toronto once again lost an elimination game where they could have eliminated their opponent. Tampa Bay with the 4-2 win. I was on some Toronto player props. Unfortunately, none of them cashed. None of the guys got assists I needed. Just not a good game for Toronto. Um, New York Rangers and New Jersey. I completely stayed off that game, but the Rangers are in trouble. The Rangers are in trouble, and Akira Schmid, um, it's his net now. I think that's pretty fair to say. It's his net now. So, shocking turn of events. Vanacek, starting goalie all year long, a big reason why the Devils made the playoffs. But well, it's the Akira Schmid show, and he deserves it, obviously, with his last few games. Winnipeg Jets, Vegas Golden Knights, pretty much exactly what I expected to happen here in this one. Cashed my Vegas puck line, cashed two of my three player props. Mark Stone to get an assist was easy money, and as well William Karlsson to get a point. Chandler Stevenson I had for an assist. Unfortunately, he got two goals, but he didn't assist on anything. So that's the way she goes, I guess, sometimes. Taking a look up on picks and parlays up on the site, which we haven't done for a while, and I'm doing great. 5-0 day yesterday in my premium plays. 25-15 over the last 7 days. Things are going well, really well right now, and I want to keep them going here on today's slate. We'll bring up the first game that we are going to talk about, and we will jump into the chat here. What's up, Terry? I smashed like. Thank you, Richie. You always do. Hi, Terry. Hi, Crystal. How is it going? Um, how's it going? We will jump into the first game that we're going to talk about here, the Carolina Hurricanes and the New York Islanders. Carolina, anywhere from minus 110 to plus 103. The New York Islanders, minus 113 to minus 125. 5.5s mostly. I do see a couple fives available here in this one. And I'm not sure about this one. I had the Islanders winning the series against Carolina in 7 games uh, before the series started. And if the Islanders win this game, they head back to Carolina tied 3-3. And I could be right. So I'm not going to go with side or total or props or anything in this game. I'm just going to take the draw at plus 320 at FanDuel for these two teams to go to overtime. I think that's a good look. Um, and that's where I'm going this one. So a nice plus 320 draw in this one. Obviously, draws are smaller plays, but I do think we'll have a very close game in this one. Love how Bonus gave out his frustration. Yeah, he went off on the Jets, and you know what? He's completely right. He's completely right in everything he said. And listening to his post game rant, um, really the Minnesota Wild player should be shown that clip because based on what we saw from them in their last game, looks a lot like what we saw from Winnipeg last night, and a team that just doesn't seem to care. So I finally had a winning day yesterday. I was on quite a losing skid. I'm glad that you had a winning day yesterday, Crystal. You cashed your best bet, which is great. Losing skids, unfortunately, they happen, and it really does suck. But it's great when they finally end. So I'm happy for you. Something tells me the Isles win. Very possible. Very possible. I hate it, Terry. 1 for 1, damn lately. I mean, All right. All right. Welcome to Final Destination Friday. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. But we'll move on to the second game here that we're going to talk about. And of course, that is the Boston Bruins. Ice X's Boston Bruins heading to Florida, looking to eliminate the Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers looking to pull off another upset and stay in the series. Boston minus 172 to minus 195. Florida plus 145 to plus 167. Sixes and six and a halves available here. And I'm not touching side. I'm not touching total. Give me Taylor Hall anytime goal plus 280. He has goals in 4 of the 5 games in this series, a goal in each of the last 4 games in this series, and he's plus 280 to score. I will definitely take that. I will happily take that. Now, I believe, let me bring it up here. Stand by. I do believe there's one player that I've missed. And I just want to make sure that it's correct because I did hear it on when I was watching the Bruins game in their last game. But I believe the announcer said that Marchand has scored in every game in this series. So, no, that's actually correct. Incorrect. He's a goal in 4 of the 5 games in this series. Game 3, he got an assist and not a goal. So Brad Marchand would be another player that I'd be looking at here, and that I possibly add after the show. Although I'm assuming, let's see what we're looking at. Okay, so you can get plus 210 in some spots. Yeah, Brad Marchand anytime goal as well. He has goals in 4 of the 5 games in this series. I think everyone knows what time it is. Time to hunt. Yes. Uh, Good luck, Jake. Good luck. Bruins close it out today. They could, but I'm not putting my money on it. Not putting my money on it. I have 2 series ending tonight and 2 series game 7. My best bets are the 2 series enders. Uh-oh, Isaacs. Uh-oh. I guess we'll see what your best bet is here coming up shortly. But going to the next game here, the Dallas Stars are headed to Minnesota. Dallas minus 118 to plus 100. Minnesota minus 120 to minus 108. 5.5s right across the board here in this game. Philip Gustafson was the first goalie off the ice, so most likely he will be in net for this one, which was somewhat up in the air. There was talk that maybe Fleury could possibly start, but looks like it will be Gustafson's net once again here in this one. And what I saw from the Wild in game 5 in Dallas was not very good hockey. I turned the game off. I actually stopped watching. And of course, I'm not going to go on and on about the referees, but I expect Dallas to get power plays in this game, and I expect Dallas to score on their power plays when they get them in this game. Rope Hintz, excuse me, sorry, has 7 power play points in the 5 games in this series. You can get him for a power play point at plus 160, which is a crazy price. Jason Robertson, he has power play points in 6 power play points in the 5 games. You can get him for plus 120. And Miro Heiskanen, 5 power play points in the 5 games, plus 130 for him to get a power play point. I stayed off Robertson, but I did bet Miro Heiskanen and Rope Hintz both to get power play points. As we've seen in this series, Minnesota's penalty kill is awful. So even if whether or not they're fair penalties or not, Minnesota has been unable to kill the Dallas Stars power plays. And with that in mind, I'm taking those 2 power play props. Money before fandom. Money before fandom. And that's just how it goes here. When it comes to who I think is going to win, I have absolutely no idea. Obviously, we all know what I'm hoping for, but I have no idea what happens here. If history repeats itself, the last time these 2 teams faced, the Wild lost Game 6 at home against Dallas. If you look at the Wild's previous history, this is the spot that they've been the best at in the playoffs is when they're down and they come back and tie the series and end up winning. So what's going to happen here? I have absolutely no idea. We will see tonight. Thinking. Stay off the stars, Isaacs. I know you're not on them. Haha. I have 4 plays for tonight. Hey, Richie P, draw. Play 1, stars and wild, draw. Reconsider at Isaacs. I don't hate the draw. I don't hate it. I could see it happening for sure. And no, he won't. He won't reconsider. Sorry, Richie. But moving on along to the final game of the night for NHL at least. We have the Colorado Avalanche and the Seattle Kraken. Colorado minus 144 to minus 163. Seattle plus 120 to plus 135. Sixes and 5.5s available here. And I've backed the Kraken every game of this series. They've been in the game in every game in this series. They have played the Avalanche better than anyone expected. I think that's fair to say. I will say that I, coming into the series, was expecting the Avalanche to win, but after game one, I changed my tune, and that's one thing I want to mention. Everyone that watched the playoff preview shows, that is my thoughts before game one is even played. Once game one is played, things can really change. And that's what happened in this series. I loved what I saw from the Kraken, played them every game since, and they are looking to eliminate the defending champs in this one. And I think it's another great bet here for the Kraken. Plus money, plus 135. I think they get the job done here and eliminate the defending champs on home ice. Donation, release the Kraken. And play number 2 is the draw for Kraken. And wow, so you're taking Boston to win. Wow, Ice X. Wow, I'm shocked. First round exit for the Avalanche. Very, very possible. Very possible. We will see what happens tonight. But going over to MLB, lots of plays for me today, and lots of plays, lots of games in baseball. There is rain in the forecast, so some games are probably going to get postponed, which sucks. But I will break them down, assuming that they're all going to be played. Starting with this one, Minnesota Twins, Kansas City Royals. Kansas City plus 210 to plus 232. Minnesota minus 259 to minus 300. 7.5s and 8 available here in this one. And the line is moved here. But you can still get the Twins minus 1.5 up to minus 125 in most spots. The Twins have dominated the Kansas City Royals, especially in Minnesota, winning 8 of the last 9 matchups. They're 4-0 against Kansas City this year. They've covered the run line in all 4 games. And they covered the run line in the previous matchups in Minnesota when they went 8-9. They covered, I think, in 7 of the 8 wins. So the Twins have got the job done against the Royals. I don't see any reason why they don't here, like the Twins on the run line, to beat up on one of the worst teams in baseball. Looking at Minnesota props, there wasn't anyone that I really loved. Jorge Polanco is smashing the ball right now, that's for sure. But he hasn't really done well against Lyles. So I ultimately stayed off, but I think the Twins get the job done here in this one. I loved that you guessed the 2 series that have exciting ending. Well, that's because you gave out your 2 draws, so that leaves out the other 2 games. I got the Twins first 5. Yeah, that could be a good look. Lopez looking to bounce back after a couple bad starts, so I think he bounces back here. Give me a rain out for my best bet, so at least I don't lose. No, Richie. You can win. Going on along to the next one here, Cubs and Marlins. Chicago Cubs minus 104 to minus 112. Miami minus 103 to minus 115. 7.5s right across the board here. Stroman against Luzardo. Um, Pretty even pitching matchup when you look at it. Stroman obviously does have the advantage. But when you look at hitting advantages, the Cubs, number 6 against lefties, 815 OPS. Miami, 23rd against righties, 663 OPS. So Cubs have the hitting advantage. The Cubs have the slate pitching advantage, and they are just the better overall team. And we're getting a great price with them. So give me the Cubs here on the money line. It's a great price for them in this one. LOL, I guessed a NHL boost correctly for last night, and now here we go. There we go. Here we go. But moving on along to the next game, Pittsburgh Pirates minus 130 to minus 150. Washington plus 110 to plus 125. 8.5s right across the board here in this game. And I put this pick up late last night up on Picks and Parlays as a free play for everybody. And that's because I did kind of expect this line to move. I put it up at minus 125, which is what I got it at for the Pirates on the money line. Now you're looking at anywhere up to minus 150. This price, I would play the run line minus 1.5. Even with Hill, Rich Hill on the mound, pitcher I definitely would not have been expecting to look to back. But this Pittsburgh team is just a team you should just be betting on. They are or I don't want to say overperforming. They're overperforming everyone's expectations for them. Books are treating them like they aren't for real. Whether or not they're for real or not doesn't matter to me. All that matters to me is that I've been betting on them and they have been winning consistently. So now they come here to face Chad Kuhl, who off to a rough start, definitely for Washington. Pittsburgh, the better team, even if they weren't on this hot streak. I think they're still the team than Washington. So give me Pittsburgh here. If you're willing to play minus 140, you can go with that. If not, take the run line. Or you can parlay Pittsburgh with another team. This Pirates team is just a team to continue to back, in my opinion. NHL closeout boost, Canes, Bruins, and Stars, all to win. Interesting. Happy face. Love the boost if it holds. Spitting Chicklets boost, Hall to record a point and Bruins to win. McCarr to record a point and Avs to win. There you go. McCarr will lose that. Let's go Bucks. Yes, they are playing so great right now. Pirates are like the Orioles last year. It's awesome. Yeah, a team that people didn't expect anything from, and they just continue to play well. It won't hold. It won't hold. IceX loves to fade the boosts. Won't hold my breath. Yes, don't do that. Don't do that. Looking at our next game here, Seattle Mariners and the Toronto Blue Jays. Seattle minus 102 to plus 100. Toronto minus 105 to minus 118. 8.5s right across the board here. This one, looking at this game, if you look at starting pitching and what's happened this year, Seattle definitely has the advantage with Luis Castillo 2-0 with a 1.52 ERA in the season. Alek Manoah 1-1 with a 5.13 ERA this season. However, Manoah's looked much better in his last 2 starts, especially his last start in New York or against New York. And now here we are. This is a rematch of the playoff series of last year when Seattle just took care of Toronto. Seattle may have the starting pitching advantage, but Toronto has the hitting advantage. Toronto, number 7 against righties, 767 OPS. Seattle, 20th against righties, 695 OPS. I like the way Toronto's hitting right now, and I think Manoah does enough to keep this game close. I think Toronto pulls away at the end. This is a game I will be looking to live bet if Seattle takes the lead and we get a nice price with Toronto, and if Seattle, let's say, has a 2-run lead at any point, most likely Toronto is going to be plus 200. Uh, and they should be around plus 200 if they are down. And I will be taking them then live betting as well, because I do think we could see Seattle first five. I think the Mariners could be leading or tied, and then the Jays pulling out at the end and getting the victory here in this one. Lean Blue Jays. Yeah. For me, it's simple. The Jays are playing the better baseball right now, and I have to back the team that's on a winning streak at a good price. I agree. I agree. I will take a Cy Young caliber pitcher. M's money line. I think the other pitcher on the other side of the mound is a Cy Young caliber pitcher as well, Tim. But best of luck. Hey, you're lucky I picked the wrong Super Puck line game for yesterday. Yes. Um, no luck. Isaacs. But we'll move on along to the next game here. Tampa Bay Rays, Chicago White Sox. The Rays minus 147 to minus 163. The White Sox plus 125 to plus 140. 8.5s right across the board here. And I don't really have too much to say about this White Sox team except that they are awful. I think that's just a fair statement. They're awful offensively. Even their best pitcher, Dylan Cease, got rocked yesterday. Yes, he faced the Tampa Bay Rays, but can't even get a good start from your best pitcher. Yes, the White Sox are injured, but teams face injuries all the time, and you have to overcome them. And the White Sox have absolutely not done that. Eflin on the mound for Tampa Bay, 3-0 this year with a 2.81 ERA. Giolito 1-2 with a 4.5 ERA. The big difference here: Tampa Bay number 1 against righties. The White Sox number 26, and Tampa Bay 843 OPS against righties. Chicago White Sox 650. So that's almost a 200 difference. Huge hitting advantage for Tampa Bay. Pitching advantage, I'd say, goes with Tampa Bay as well. Not really the biggest Eflin fan, but leaving Philadelphia and coming to Tampa Bay has worked well for him so far. I am a fan of fading Giolito, though. So I will happily take the Tampa Bay Rays here on the run line. Obviously, money line I'm priced out of. And I may add the team total over. Yes, that's a nice price. Put it here. Put it here. Tampa Bay team total over 4.5, which is around minus 110, most likely. I think they can get to 5 runs, maybe on Giolito. Not even have to worry about the bullpen. This Tampa Bay Rays team can definitely hit the ball. I win by finishing in the top 3. There you go. Currently in first. Not in comp with you. Yes, Richie just wants to finish the top 3. Zach Eflin, Tampa Bay run line. Yeah, I'm back in Tampa Bay despite Eflin. Rays in the over. Yes, I like it. I'm in the top 3 with you. I will take advantage of Follow Destination Friday and end in first place. We shall see. Another 1-in-1 day for Isaacs coming up. LOL. Good luck. Good luck. But going to the next game before we go through the rest of the games quickly. Before getting to best bets, Atlanta minus 133 to minus 140. New York Mets plus 110 to plus 122. 7.5s right across the board here. This one. And we have a pitching advantage on one side, hitting advantage on the same side. The only advantage the Mets have really is being at home. And I don't think that's enough for them here. Braves money line, Braves run line, Braves team total over. That could also be a good look here. 4. Well, that's kind of crazy. So team total over 4.5 for plus money for Atlanta. Be adding that as well. Peterson has been awful. Braves number 3, third against left-handed pitchers. And if you're looking for Atlanta, player props, Ozzy Albies, Ronald Acuna Jr., Vaughn Grissom, and Sean Murphy have all been smashing the ball lately and smashing the ball against lefties here. Hopefully next month I have an actual winning number, not just units. That's the trouble when you take those big plus money bets is you can finish ahead in units, but it's hard to win a majority of them. I do hope people bet straight bet too, like I do, but yes, another one in one day. As long as you cash. Home of the Brave. Yes, I like the Braves here. And this one, looking at the rest of the slate before we get to the best bet segment, we went over Kansas City, Minnesota. Uh, Baltimore, Detroit is a pass for me. Rodriguez against Rodriguez. Pretty sure that Rodriguez and Rodriguez faced off just a few games ago between these teams. I'm not going to get involved in this one. Cubs in Miami, we went over. Cubs players that I didn't mention, player props. Jan Gomes smashing the ball right now. Nico Horner also smashing the ball. 2 players for the Cubs that I'm looking at. Pittsburgh, Washington, we went over. I didn't give my player props there either, but Tusapita Marcano and Jack Sawinski are my 2 Pittsburgh players that I'm targeting here. Both smashing the ball last 7 days and both smashed the ball against righties, and they get to face Chad Cool in this one. Seattle and Toronto, we went over. Player props for Toronto, Santiago Espinal, smashing the ball lately, has hit Castillo well. Whit Merrifield also smashing the ball recently. He's also hit Castillo well. And the birthday boy, Matt Chapman, he 250 last 7 days, 306 against righties, 333 against Castillo, 2 for 6 in his career. I think Chapman can get a hit here on his birthday. That's another player that I like. Tampa Bay White Sox, player props for that one. Harold Ramirez, who I was going to be on yesterday, but he wasn't in the lineup. They didn't need him. They still smashed the White Sox without him. But he's 3 for 8, hitting 375 against Giolito and 353 last 7 days, 318 against righties. Randy Rosarena and Josh Lowe as well, both smashing righties. Atlanta New York Mets, we went over. Cleveland and Boston. I'm not touching this game. Cleveland has the starting pitching advantage. Boston has the clear hitting advantage. Most likely, I think Boston probably wins this game, but I will not back Nick Pivetta pretty much under any circumstances. New York Yankees and Texas. This is my picks and parlays exclusive play of the day. So if you want to get my play in this game, you can go and get my 5-pick package up on the site. Use code MLB to get a 20% discount. But if you want my play in this game, you can get my package there. Adolis Garcia, 435 last 7 days, 300 against righties for Texas. Angels in Milwaukee, another game where one team has the pitching advantage and the other team has a huge hitting advantage. Angels, number 4 against lefties. Milwaukee, number 29th. But Milwaukee has the pitching advantage. Ultimately, a game I'm staying off of. Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Nola against Valdez. Again, a game I'm staying off of. I'm just priced out of it here. Would look to back Houston in some fashion, but not at this price. Arizona, Colorado. This is a game that I've been looking at all morning, and I'm very tempted on taking Arizona here. Kelly against Freeland. Arizona, the better team. Arizona with the better pitcher. And I just don't know why I haven't pulled the trigger yet on this one. Looking at Arizona players, Corbin Carroll, 400 the last 7 days, 407 against lefties. Geraldo Perdomo, 350 last 7 days, 400 against lefties. and he's 1 for 2 against Freeland. Gabriel Moreno, 350 last 7 days, 296 against lefties. Those are the 3 players I'm targeting for Arizona. Of course, all these players that I mentioned, I wait to see that they're actually confirmed in the lineup playing before I bet them. So that's why I mention so many players every day. And some of them, obviously, you can't bet because they don't play. These are the players that I'm targeting. Cincinnati, Oakland, really kind of skipped over this game because I didn't see a pitcher for Oakland. But Cincinnati has a Sessa on the mound who's just been awful. I lean with over 8.5 here, but this is the ultimate bum fight, and I'm not going to get involved with that one. St. Louis and LA Dodgers, final game of the night. Another game I kind of stayed off of here. I don't want to take either side or either total, so I'm ultimately staying off. DeGrom Dat Terry. Yes. Or DeGrom Day. Yes. Yes. You can get my pick on the package up on the site. But if you've watched the show and heard on my thoughts on Clark Schmidt for the Yankees, you'll probably guess where I'm going there. Reminder, always straight bet. Parlays are lottos. I play straight bets and the parlays. Yes, straight bets are the way to go. And I'm a parlay guy. I started out betting parlays. And I do occasionally bet parlays, like I did parlay my 5 premium plays last night. So going 5-0 was great. And because I cashed all 5 bets, but I also did cash the parlay as well. Parlays are fun. Straight bets are how you really make the money. Yes. Crystal is going to go with Atlanta. Team total over 4.5 or 4, and Tampa Bay money line for plus 207. 207. Crystal. All right, and that will lead us into the best bet segment here. Let me change the colors. And we'll look at what happened yesterday on the best bet segment. For me, Minnesota Twins and Vegas Golden Knights, both on the money line, cashed. Richie went with Pittsburgh first 5 money line and McCutcheon to get a hit, which cashed. Crystal went with Baltimore money line and Minnesota money line, which cashed. Nick went with Tampa Bay Toronto over 6.5, was close, but unfortunately lost. Kev Cook went with the Seattle Mariners on the money line. Unfortunately, they lost 1-0. Captain Bryant went with Twins and Vegas Golden Knights, same as me, and he cashed plus 134. IceX very close with Tampa Bay minus 2.5, New Jersey minus 2.5, but unfortunately did not cash. Looking at the best bets for April, and I'm just going to, sorry, 2.85. This is incorrect. So I have to redo the calculations, which I'll do after the show. So don't pay any attention to the 2.85. We're up more than that for the month. But currently, Richie in first, IceX in second, Clear and I am in third, Captain Bride, Crystal, and Lane all in the green. And then Nick, AJ's, myself, all trying to catch up here into the green. And then Tim, Terry, and Kev, unfortunately down, but looking to next month here. Looking at today's best bet, I can't believe I'm doing this. I think it'll shock a lot of people. But for my best bet, I am fading the Minnesota Wild in a way. Give me Rope Hintz to get a power play point at plus 160. It's my most confident play of the day. I don't see how this doesn't cash. Dallas will be given their power play opportunities. Minnesota has been unable to kill any Dallas, I shouldn't say any, but Minnesota's been struggling to stop Dallas on the power play. So Ropa Hintz over half a power play point, plus 160. Crystal is going with Atlanta, team total over 4, and the Tampa Bay Rays on the money line here. Cracked knuckles. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yo, how's it going, Steven? How's it going? You're on fire, Richie. Nice job. Yes, great job, Richie. Baltimore, big comeback yesterday. Yes, that was amazing. That was amazing. Looking like that was gonna be the play I was gonna lose, and they came back. So that was awesome. Thanks from Richie. Final destination Friday. Carolina -2.5 plus Boston -2.5 or plus 174.2. Now I don't hate taking teams -2.5. Those two teams specifically, um, or even if you were looking at Dallas or Seattle as well. Uh, it's elimination games. These teams will pull their goalie, and you could potentially see a couple extra net goals. So I like that. Let's go, Terry. LOL. Have to see if Pavelski's playing before Richie gives in his best bet. Because if Pavelski's playing, it'll be Pavelski anytime goal and Heiskanen assist for Richie's best bet. I already know. But that is today's show. If you want to put your best bet in, feel free. We are kind of at the end of the month, so if you want to wait till May, which is on Monday, you can definitely do that as well. But if you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. If you like the content, smash the like button. Appreciate all the support. Live show will be back on Monday. Pre-recorded shows coming out tonight and tomorrow night for Saturday and Sunday. Best of luck to everybody in your bets today. We'll see you for other episodes of Getting Wild and Flying High, free NHL and MLB picks. Best of luck, everybody.